Well, hi, Brian Janey here, the piano appraiser. And on this channel, we talk about pianos and their care, pianos and their valuation, as well as an array of other fun things about pianos. And behind me is a lovely Shigeru Kawai. And, in this particular video, I'm going to be talking about things that people do that are super big mistakes they make with their piano. And this particular one that's behind me is a piano that had a front row seat to the recent Palisades fire outside of Los Angeles. And it's been in my shop for a few weeks as it's undergone a complete smoke and soot damage restoration. It was a lengthy process. It was a big project, and it involved a lot of hours of work. But wow, did it come out nice. It was a really cool piano to begin with. And for me, it was just making sure I didn't screw it up. And it's going back to the gentleman tomorrow that it belongs to. And just happens to be somebody that's a part of the Hollywood music making complex. So I'm sure that he's going to be excited to get it back. So at any rate, mistakes you don't want to make with your piano. Number one, not letting your homeowner's insurance know that you have a piano. For some of these people that have been a part of these recent fires, that has been a huge, huge thing. In many instances, their insurance company didn't know they had a piano and it was destroyed or otherwise seriously damaged. And, the way that the court case law goes in those regards, it actually favors the insurance company. So it's important that you let them know you have a piano, and that you let them tell you whether or not it needs appraisal. Another certain thing that is going to be a terrible move is not moving your piano with a professional piano mover. That's a big, big thing. I have had so many instances where I have been at pianos and found myself trying to reverse things that the National Van Lines did, or other people, friends that tried to move a piano for somebody, and it just didn't go well. So if you have an instrument of any consequence at all that you play regularly, please, please, please call a professional mover and have them do it. Another thing that's super terrible, which seems kind of obvious, but maybe it's not, is ensuring that your piano is regularly serviced. That you have someone that takes care of it for you, particularly if it's a brand new piano, because brand new pianos are kind of the opposite of what it is that one thinks when you buy something brand new, like a refrigerator, an appliance, a lawnmower. It needs less maintenance, not more, right, when it's new. Actually, the pianos are kind of the opposite. They need more service on the front end, because all of that music wire and so forth inside of it is developing the bends that it needs at the proper pitch and other things that need to be taken care of as it sort of is broken in. Yeah, so think about it that way. Another thing that's horrible people do with their pianos is moving their pianos into the garage. When they get carpet redone or flooring done, or they're just wanting it out of the living room for a little while because they're redecorating. Oh my gosh. What you've basically just done in putting it in the garage is you've invited the mice to move in. And everybody that has a garage that doesn't think there's mice in their garage is in deep denial. They all have mice. If you have that garage door open for very long at all, and I tell you what, when mice get into a piano, it's like Gotham in there. They love it. There's so much to chew on, nest on, and everything else. I mean, it's just kind of a nightmare. And another problem that sometimes develops when people are, looking after a piano is they look for the cheapest piano tuner in town. And wow, that is a big mistake. The cheapest guy in town is likely the guy that has the least experience. He's not insured. There's just an array of circumstances. So if you're looking for someone to take care of your piano, make sure they're a registered piano technician. Make sure they have a level of experience and reasonable reviews. and that they are people that clearly are operating with an integrity. I mean, I've just come behind some people that have worked on pianos and just done some very strange things. And it was just really obvious that they didn't have much experience in attempting to address certain circumstances. So another thing, last on the list, in this brief little video, I'm flying through these suckers, is not placing your piano correctly in a room. And that's kind of a big deal. Pianos are sensitive. Yes, they're sensitive. Think of someone around you that's very sensitive. You are very careful with them, right? Also, pianos are like that. They need to be away from direct sunlight. If ever you come up to a piano that's getting some sun on it and you put your hand on the finish and it's warm, that's bad, because that piano is heating and cooling through the course of the day. Another thing that is super bad is having it near windows that are open regularly or doors, because that constant change in air temperature and humidity, you know, it does tend to make tunings fairly brief. And also near heating and air conditioning vents, that also is a problem because of that rush of air. If it's an intake near the piano or if it's a vent that is blowing on it or something like that. So be super careful about that. And if you got a grand, do all of the people that ever work on your piano a huge favor and don't back it into a corner so that like you're sitting in a corner and the piano is facing out into the room. Because what is super hard is if ever someone like myself wants to pull the action out of the piano, if they don't have 3 or 4 feet on the other side of the front of the keys, it's going to be really tough to pull the action out of that piano and actually work on it. So those are a few things that are important to know about mistakes you don't want to make with the piano. If you have any that you think of that I didn't list, put them below. Maybe I'll do a video on those and just keep the channel going. I have a number of ideas for more videos, and like I mentioned earlier, I've been a little swamped over the last few weeks since those fires, dealing with circumstances. I've got another piano coming in today from that was also a part of the Palisades fire, and we'll see how that goes. It's a Mason Hamlin Double B, big piano. Should be awesome. It's always fun to have those around. At any rate, thanks for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful music-making journey and avoid some of those terrible things that I've listed here. Okay, thanks for watching. This is Brian Janey, the Piano Appraiser, and you can find me at my website, thepianoappraiser.com.